Hey, welcome back. We're getting ready to start year two. So as you can see, it's pink player first. So we're gonna move this over to the pink player. It is green with red and gray as possible side options. So one thing that I know that the orange player who was going all in on red here, they do have 3 ink, which probably will save them, but this is their chance to go red here, and they may have to pay a big price to be able to do so. But let's start with green. So there is no red bonus. We got to be mindful of that. Um, in fact, I think we've hit all of them. I don't think we missed any. Not everybody has them. But we're going to start with green, and that's actually why he did this, because he's got 2 favor points going on here, or popularity points. So he moves up 2 on that track. And sorry for the mid-game pause there. So I think I mean we're gonna get 3 action points, no matter what. We have this, yeah, and we are gonna spend it. Well, we can spend it to get 5, or we can hold on to it so we can do it twice in a row. But the problem is gray is also good to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend it and get 5 action points. And remember, we always start in the middle. He gets to choose first what he wants to do. We can refresh some of these. We can get another resource. The one who needs 6 resources is this guy. So I think we want to just be flipping some books here. Now, the thing is oh, and it's actually not 5, it's actually 6, and here's why, right here. Now, here's the interesting thing. We could raise the rank, but remember, we only get the benefit from this one more time. However, if I want to skip the gray action, I could do green again, and, you know. So, yeah, I think we want to do some cool shenanigans here. Remember, you can gain a... You flip the book by going to green. But the green action is also on gray. See that? It's green or gray. So I'm looking at it, and I want to be able to get all the way to here, that's a tall order to be able to do that. I think he intentionally put those on opposites, didn't he? Yes, he did. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 action points because I want to flip the book. So we flip this book, and that's going to raise our rank up to here. And no, that does not impact our current action set. So now we're down to 4. And then I could go 3, 2, 1 to be able to... or I could go this way. So I'm going to spend 2 here to flip this book, and guess what I just did? I just raised that one. And it's funny because he's the one guy that doesn't get a lot of actions. So did I really want to do that? I don't know. The other thing is I'm flipping the brown book then. So I'm at least just getting +1 action. So I'm going to get 2 actions instead of 3 if I don't flip this book. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to flip that resource because I'm going to spend 1 action to go there. And then I'm going to spend 2 actions to go to brown. We'll flip the brown one. You know what? We're not going to do that either. We're just going to flip the brown resource and the green resource. So that's going to be 2 actions to get all the way to there. And we still have 1 left. And sorry, my dog is bumping my arm. I still have 1 action left. So I could go here to blue, which there's nothing left to refresh for 1 action. But as you know, I can always do this. And that gives me a nice bump here. And so now pink is on its way. And I'm just going to lay them out this way. This is their order. So pink gets a bump there, and I think that's not a bad deal at all. Alright, so that was a pretty good run for green. I like that. So they're done. Now we move to the orange player, who has 1 action on green and a whole bunch of resources need to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that and then flip it so we can get 3 green actions. And he's got all kinds of resources he needs to refresh. A blue will get him what he wants. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 like that, and just flippity, flippity, flippity all three of those resources. I think that is the right thing to do given his situation. He could flip the book though. Like we went this way, right? He could have gone 1, 2, 3, but then this would not have flipped, and neither would have that. Ooh, that's a tough call. I think we want to do that though because he's going all in on the dungeon romping. Or we do the dungeon romping and not the green. That was the other option. We could have spent this to get this resource back so we could have gone 3 deep in the dungeon. And then later on when this triggers we go 3 deep again. I mean this is actually 4 deep, right? Because that was up. This is how the situation was when the turn started. Let's figure out where we're at here. If we go 3 deep, we're going to get 6. And then 3 more would get us to 9. I'm sorry, 4 deep would get us to 7. 4 more would get us to 11. 4 more. So if we did this 3 times, we'd get to 15. Oh, what a tough choice that is. I could, like I said, get 3 of these resources replenished. Because, yeah, we were going to go to blue, and then purple, and then green. We were going to refresh all 3 of these resources. Or I could flip this book and get us 5 actions. Or I can flippity flippity and just get 3 actions and then go 3 deep in the dungeon and don't do anything with this. Because right now red is next to the dungeon. And actually it's going to be 4 deep. We're going to go 4 deep. So I'm going to spend this to replenish this. We're not going to do any green actions, so this is going to stay here. We're going to go 4 deep in the dungeon. And so I have to choose again from here. So we got 1, 2, and 3. We have to keep 1. Man, I don't like any of those. I'm going to go ahead and put those back. We'll keep this one. Alright, so that was 1. Then 2. Then 3. Then we got to choose a side. This would get us a resource back. By the way, this is gone. This would get us a bump up. We're going to go here for 4 and get an ink. Yeah, so there's a lot of... We need resources back, and our one chance to do that is this guild right here. I don't know if that was the right call, because now... Because, like, if I would have done 1, 2, 3 of these, that's a lot of ink saved, first of all. Yeah, it's really tough. Yeah, because I'm only going to get 1 action next turn. I won't be able to do anything with the ink. 1 action again. Oh man. You know what? I know I did what I did, and I'm gonna have to retcon. I'm putting this back in. I'm gonna shuffle shuffle. I'm doing my original plan. I'm gonna do this to flippity flippity. We're gonna get 3 green actions. I have to do it this way. I'm not even flipping the book. I'm just gonna flip, 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 and get 3 resources back. Because like this guy was trying to go for 6 of these. I mean that means that he really should be spending 3 actions to get 1 of these back. So he can't do blue. He would have had to go here to brown. He could have gotten this one, and that would have gotten him towards the 6. But until he has a better ink mechanism going on, he's basically going to have all these spent resources and no way to unspend them. So this is unnecessary because otherwise he's not going to get actions. I'm thinking action economy. He needs actions in these other guilds through these particular ones, and I know that's hurting him in the dungeons exploring. But we do have one more year left, and remember, 3 is all the furthest it goes. So if we get into the 3 section, I mean that's where he is now. Um, yeah, I don't know if that's the right call. I'm sorry I flip flopped so much, but that's actually one of the tougher things to figure out. All right, so now we're on to black here, and again, it's the Green Guild. It's just one action, but he does get 2 popularity bumps. So 1, 2 lets him grab an envoy, and he already has a gray one, but I think we determined he needed something more than just gray. I thought there was a reason I said that. I don't know what that reason is. So if he gets another gray and puts it here, he'll be able to flip the gray resource, which he doesn't need to flip. That's an interesting dilemma. So instead, he does need a lot of seals. Oh, right here, he needs red and blue. We're going to take a red one, and then they don't equal, so he gets 1 on the Powerpuff track. All right, and he is going to do green, which he will flip to get 3 action points for. And currently it's here. So what does he want to do? He's 1 flip away from moving this up. What's his goal over here? His goal over here is to get 2 brown seals. So that would be, he would need some purple actions if he does that. Yeah, you know what? He's going to do that. He's going to go here and spend 2 of his action points to flip brown, or purple, which is going to then raise the guild. And then he can go 1 more to just get that resource back. And then for his free actions, he's going to put the gray one here on the book, and that's going to flip the gray book. And then the red one, is he really going to? Yeah, I guess so. He'll raise that to 3. And then the next guild is gray, and so he'll go ahead and spend 1 of these to flip that. Okay, done. Next up is blue, who has nothing going on. He can flip to at least get 3 actions. And what are we looking at? He needs a gray. So he does gray, brown, and red. 1, 2, 3. Gray, brown, red. He gets all of his resources back. I think it's a good deal. I mean, he could have flipped the purple book by going this way. Yeah, hold on a second. Alright, so he's going to spend 2 to flip the purple book, which bumps that up. And then he got 1 more to green, which he can at least flip that resource back. He'll do that instead. Alright, then that brings us to the end. So now we move to gray. And the black player is the first player. And gray is 3 actions for him. He will flip to make it 5, and let's not forget that he gets a bump here. So he gets to place another one of these. He is starting to work towards his 3 reds. So we might as well put that out there. And he has 1, 2 upgrades, which is this, but he also has 2 of those. So we'll go ahead and put that there, and he's going to put he could put the 4-pointer. I'm not very confident he's going to get it, but also I'm not confident he's going to get either of these. So we're going to just do the 3.1 for him. So 1, 2, 3. Right, and all that was just prep. So now he's up to 5. Plus 1 is 6 for these gray actions, and then he'll drop back down to here. Alright, 6 actions is really good. Let's look at the situation here. If he wants to boost his gray again, he can. He already has that covered. This is your opportunity to get more of these bonuses. So he's choosing to get 4 bonuses. He has green and gray. They've already gone. So anyone he picks is a golden opportunity to get more stuff. So, and then we said he has how many? He has 6 action points. So he could do this big guy for 4 and then a house if he wanted. There's nothing stopping him from doing 2 of these and then a house. Either of those, math sort of works out the same. Or he could do a big one and a little one. So lots of choices here. So for example, like if we go here with this one, he can get a brown and a blue upgrade all in one swoop. I think that's really good. Or up here, a brown and a purple one. Either way, I mean, it's all the same. A blue and a red here. So one of the things I think he wants to do it this way, he'll take the brown and the blue, because, look at this, this column is almost completely full. There's only one more section that needs to be filled in. So if he puts a house here, he's going to be able to get another bonus. So by also, this is helping to fill, because he has a house here as well. So if he fills in this row, he's going to get 2 points for these houses. If he fills in this column, he's going to get 1 point for this house. And then, of course, where he puts the house matters, because this is going to give him a bump on blue, or this is just going to get him a Queen's Favor thing. I think he would prefer the bump on blue, to be honest, because actions are actions, right? But let's not forget, a blue and brown both going to get bonuses, and that is, by the way, 4 actions, then 2 for the house. And actually, the house is going to get both this and this, because I'm spending 2 on the house. I guess I could just spend 1 and then move up 1 over here. That's also an option, because he does need to get the 4 counselors out. And I think he's buried underneath there, so he'd get another counselor. It's a lot of choices. By spending 2 on the house, he gets both this bonus and this bonus. If he spends 1, he has to choose. So the question is do I want this bonus here? I am in a lead. If he finishes in the lead, he's going to get guaranteed to be able to spin this wherever he likes. Like, for example, he could spin it back to this one again, which could swing the game in his favor. So he's going to do that. He's going to just spend the 2 points on the house and take that bonus. The alternative was to spend 1 point and get another counselor out, which is one of his goals, but he's going to wait on that. So, again, getting back to all this, he gets to put a bonus on blue and brown, I believe. I need to quit forgetting. And of the bonuses he has left, he's got all these. So he can, for example, put the remove an ink bonus. Here we go, right here. Blue bonus. That's 1 point on this track. That lets him place a counselor. um, and he's going to place it on. I mean, you could argue, okay, he wants to take this spot. We'll try it. I mean, this is giving blue a victory point. I don't know how excited I am about that. I'd almost rather just give myself a victory point, but we'll try it. So, anyways, that's done. That was this one. Now we got to put one on brown, and I'm tempted to do the minus ink one just because I need to remove an ink. This one might be nice, but I don't think he's moved once on this track yet. Um, the gaining an ink is never hurtful. I don't know what's coming up after this. Purple. He's going to get 3 actions for purple. You know what? We're going to do the remove an ink to get this off. That was not a bad round at all for this guy. I think he did really well. Look, he's got his 4 bonuses, and so he's met this condition. This condition's met. Now he needs 3 red guys. So that's also not bad. He got another counselor out, so he has 3 of the 4 counselors. He does not have 2 browns, so he's a long way from that one. But, you know, alright, it's something. So, moving clockwise, we got blue here. And blue is... okay, so... Sorry, I had to pause again. So I lost my train of thought there. Alright, so blue has a whopping 1 action, but we can flip this to give him 4, 3, 3, and I think that's what we want to do. I mean, this is a really great action to be able to build cities and stuff like that. Blue has no houses out. If they were to get one out, they would be able to flip some books, which is always handy. What does blue want to do? You always have to keep track of what you want to do. All right, he wants a bunch of seals, so blue actually wants to start getting into the purple game. Okay, I am getting texted, and I apologize. I'm being interrupted, and I have to stop this video short. So when I come back, it will be blue player's turn. They got to figure out what they're doing. They are at 3 actions. I'm going to put this big 3 somewhere. I don't know, maybe right there to show he has 3 actions. Let's do it that way. I'll remember. Anyways, sorry for the short video, and I will catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.